What's going on, guys? Austin here, and in this video, we are going to be taking a look at the extra points week 12, 5-minute fantasy, booming and busting wide receivers. So, my start this week, I love Tyler Boyd against the Tennessee Titans. Now, the last two teams that played him were what the heck? The last two teams that played the Titans were the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Green Bay Packers were able to take advantage of the Titans' porous secondary. The Kansas City Chiefs, however, were not. I don't think they were anticipating the matchups that they were going to get. Cincinnati is coming off a bye, and they're not going to make the same mistake in potentially going to overtime that Kansas City did. The same way that Christian Watson got those touchdowns, got those big catches against Tennessee, I expect that same thing from Tyler Boyd right there. Uh, it's in the cards for Jamar Chase to play, but I don't think that Cincinnati's going to risk such a young player coming back from an injury like that. Especially lower body and the hip against a team where they feel like if they can get this win without Jamar Chase, they can win any game that's on the rest of their schedule. Um, with the possible exception of Kansas City, like that's the one game that's going to scare them, which I'm sure they would love Jamar Chase to be healthy for. So. Gabe Davis at Detroit. Detroit is prone to giving up big plays. Now they have a much better safety presence, as compared to the start of the season, since safety from the rookie safety from Illinois, Kirby Joseph has really come into his own. But it looks like um, Jeff Okudah is not going to be playing this game, so there's a chance that too much attention overall gets shifted to Stephon Diggs, and now Gabe Davis is left a little bit more open. Terry McLaurin versus Atlanta. Atlanta just doesn't have a great pass defense, and this guy is just too good not to get a couple of jump balls his way. One of them is probably going to go for a touchdown. Portland Sutton at Carolina. Looks like Jerry Jeudy is banged up. He might not play this week, and so especially look for the targets to go to Portland Sutton. But Carolina with Sam Darnold, I expect is going to jump out to like an early 10-0 lead. And so, Cortland's probably going to get a lot of catches, a lot of yards. Um, I don't know if he'll score a touchdown. I doubt it in this game. He's gonna be looked at by J.C. Horn, which is a very good cornerback in this league out of South Carolina. Um, but we'll see what happens there. And then Paris Campbell, since Matt Ryan has been inserted back into the lineup, Paris has been the number one target for Matty Ice. So I would just look for that to continue against a bad Pittsburgh secondary. On the bus side, CeeDee Lamb versus the Giants. CeeDee Lamb is not Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he can't do the same things that Amon-Ra St. Brown can do. But more than that, I mean, Wink Martindale, I like him as a GM. He's not great, but I mean, he's got some good pieces here in New York, and they're not going to let CeeDee do the same things that Amon-Ra did. So I think he's in for a disappointing game this week. Justin Jefferson versus New England. This is just pure Bill Belichick voodoo. I do not trust him in a spot against the GOAT. Darnell Mooney at the Giants. This feels like a game where Sauce is just going to be covering Mooney the whole way through, and then the Jets are just going to dare Justin Fields to throw the ball up to Chase Claypool in jump ball situations. So, I mean, look for Darnell not to really get any targets. I would be surprised if he got like 2 targets on the game. Devontae Adams at Seattle. Now, this is a be careful line because Seattle has 2 cornerbacks that can really follow him almost anywhere. Quandre Diggs in the secondary at safety is also a really good safety blanket defensively. But Devontae Adams, he's either going to be covered by Kobe Bryant or he's going to be covered by Tariq Woolen, 2 guys who, if it wasn't for elite cornerbacks like Sauce Gardner and Jalen Petrie, or not Jalen Petrie, but Derek Stingley Jr., both Tariq Woolen and Kobe Bryant are good enough to be on a normal all rookie defensive team. And then Jalen Waddle versus Houston. Houston's got that Derek Stingley connection. They've got Jalen Petrie. And I think that if attention gets shifted just a little bit too much his way, because some teams, when they played Kansas City, they just said, okay, well, we can't stop Tyreek, so we're not going to put too much on him. I think that there might be a game plan in store where Houston just really just sells all out on Jalen Waddle to cover him, and they just do their best against Tyreek Hill. So be careful of those. Like if you have a lot of good wide receivers, like if you have a DeAndre Hopkins and Uh, if you have a Tyreek Hill, maybe be careful about starting Jalen Waddle and Devontae Adams. So let me know what you think there in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay up to date on all of our future content.